And that is done. Make our announcement for Led Zepp so he doesn't complain
Yeah.
that the announcement wasn't made.
That's better. I like that. It reminds me what time it is. Otherwise, I have no concept. Is Jack gonna make it back? Well, Mother's here.
He'll be cutting it very close. So
Well, he loaded up on Twitch. You're not live, right? It's not live yet.
yeah, we're live.
Oh, whoops.
I just haven't started rolling intros. So we go live about a minute and a half beforehand, so everything gets rolling and all that stuff. But the quiet on the set announcement is coming up in about 20 seconds. So
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. All right.
Watch your pie hole.
La, 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 la.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Rolling intros. Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. 8 years plus and still running. Who'd have ever thought they'd last this long? Lunch with no other than the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. Kill your speakers. This is Laz, and Jack had a little crash. He'll be back with us in just a moment here, as he had to reboot because Shroud of the Avatar crashed his system big time here just a minute ago. As I got to figure out why the radio decided it didn't want to work either. The radio has stopped functioning, even though it's working. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Monday Madness, March 13th, 2023, here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. As we go ahead and try and get this output working here.
There he is.
Well, I said the game crashed. Can't do shit without that.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Well, the world's not going to stop, Jack, you know?
Gotta fucking relaunch everything.
I hate when that happens. And microphones. Will the microphones finally work? They're not working yet. I don't know why.
Which mics are those?
Oh, the ones on the radio. Well, the same ones that you're listening to, but for some reason, the radio sometimes doesn't like to pick up our input and doesn't go out broadcasting over the radio. That's the problem. That is the problem, yeah.
Oh, the radio, okay.
Yes,
yeah, you got a lot of stuff going. Yep, I know.
The place where we broadcast to in game,
Yeah, I don't use that, so
which ain't working at all. So I'm gonna kill that process, and we'll just have to restart that process. Jack, you get in on video yet?
I'm in video. I'm
Okay,
launching the game right now. As soon as
let's
I
get
reopen up Steam.
Jack
um,
where he's supposed to be here.
that mug
Ooh,
on here.
it's
That mug.
There we
Oh,
go.
there it is.
gotta
Oh,
love the game's
God.
fucking crashing like right before launch, which caused everything to go down. It's like fucking Shroud.
Operator error.
Not operator error. This would be a Shroud error.
User error. Replace user and hit any key to continue.
I didn't do a proper pre-op.
Yeah, that's why I restart my machine every Monday morning, just to make sure everything's fully operational and nothing hanging around from last week or the weekend, causing things to hang or crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Memory leaks and I can sort.
What's up, Maynard?
Well,
Morning.
the fun part was it crashed while it was loading with some sort of sound conflict, and then like just bad shit happens.
Oh, did your sound card go?
It's fucking Shroud, man. Unity 20, 20, 20, 20,
Oh,
20, 20.
Yeah, talk about sound cards, Led Zepp. You got to do something about that damn mic, brother.
I know. I know. It's bad, real bad. Trying to find one, but it's all 20
Walmart,
years
man,
old.
$10.
Yeah, this is a $10 mic, and this is what you get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's
a $10 mic from 20 years ago is different from a $10 mic today. Okay, today's mics are a whole lot better than they used to be.
that's what the chastise it. I got it. I got it.
You
I'm
gotta fit
working
that
on it.
weird shit.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, Segalian, you did mention that, and of course he was on. We'll get to that. While
Eventually.
there was mention of that throughout places, it wasn't publicly announced, and according to what I heard yesterday, it wasn't really a definitive thing. Apparently, somebody messaged him yesterday while he was down South by Southwest. He's down there, Star's down there, Shooter is down there doing things at South by Southwest. And somebody pinged him and said, "Hey, can you hop in our meeting?" And he went and joined, according to him.
I
It
saw
did
that.
weird things. Here, I'm in my chair finally.
Yeah, it took you long enough.
Was he shilling for his new game?
No, he didn't really
Not that
say
I
Iron and
heard
no.
of.
Magic.
Yeah, not
Iron
that
and
I
Magic, I
heard.
thought was dead.
Really didn't mention that much.
Yeah.
Just that he'd let us know
Well,
when he's
I know
going
there
to
was a Facebook post related to it, and that the video was posted somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't read that
Let's see,
yet.
there we go. Radio's back.
No, you fixed the radio.
What is it? Some kind of a bit chain
Oh,
deal? What is that?
Zealot.
What?
It's like he mentioned he was looking for inspiration for a new game, basically.
Yes, and that apparently wasn't Iron and Magic because there was no mention of that from what I heard. He
Yeah.
said that he was looking for, absolutely inspiration for a new project, and there was nothing really in the works right now. So apparently, Iron and Magic has hit the scrap heap. But let's get to the post and see what people had to say about this, and we'll discuss as we go along.
Which post? Which post?
The one that says Lord British was here in game.
Where is that post?
Probably the very first one.
No. That in-game meeting with
With Lord
meeting
British,
for
yeah,
10th anniversary.
yeah, with Lord British, yeah.
Okay,
What?
meeting.
Has Lord
For-
British in the title, very first one. You know that one.
Yeah.
You guys can't no links, no links
And
in here. What kind of technology are you running?
then count the number of people in that screenshot.
What screenshot?
What screen?
The one that says spoiler.
Oh, there's a spoiler. Click on it, there, lads.
5, 6,
Oh,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people that I can see besides Lord British.
well,
There's a little bit more than that. I think there's like
there were
25.
actually more
30.
people watching and listening. If we want to
Yeah.
really get deep into it, let me see here. I posted a screener.
A
Excuse me.
Florida man? Yes, I saw the Florida man post.
Of people who are in the Discord checking out the meeting and listening live in the Discord, which is a little bit more than that. People from OOC, people from BMC, people from different guilds across the land were actually in the Discord checking it out. And of course, it was being live streamed, so there were people who were actually watching on live stream as well. So if anybody wants to, well, there's a link here in this.
It was a guild meeting, not
Yes.
anything else.
So for anybody interested in checking out the details, I'll go ahead and drop this in here for you.
It was recorded on Twitch by Vooch.
It was actually recorded by 2 people, but let's go ahead and get into the context here.
And Revlox did invite people in, so it wasn't like it was just strictly a guild meeting.
The planners did not advertise it in the forums. I just happened to log in and see a loop looking for group for it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. It was announced in Universe many times. Next time they should advise in the forums as well. Technically, this was a guild meeting.
Are you like skipping around here, or what are you doing?
You're not paying attention, so
I am, but it doesn't seem like there's any order that you're going in here.
I'm going down. Order Chivalry guild meetings are open to anyone. I was there too. I could teleport to friend to get to Ordinus Mortis, but then had no idea what building the guild hall was until I was invited to a party which showed me a party position on the 3rd floor of the guild hall. I never ever was any advanced advertisement of this event, and I play this game and visit the forum 7 days a week. Thanks, guys, for the response. Too bad it was kept secret outside of the game, and not even in the official soda forums a few days before. I actually said internally after the event that it should have been announced on the forums. It did not even cross my mind to say anything because I was not organizing it. There are many of us old players visiting the Order of Chivalry Discord every so often, so I did not think twice about it. I figured those folks would pass the word to their own guilds. Next time I will. Sorry for not thinking about it. It's not your fault. No one is mad at you. The organizers should have advertised it on the forums. Thank you for Contra-Dragging for posting this thread.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad at him.
Yes. And the video that Vooch posted was 2 hours long. So yeah.
So was the other one. What was that?
Well, again, Segalian, while there may have been some advance notice that he might have been in there, according to him, and he actually states this, that somebody pinged him while he was out South by Southwest, and came in to visit them. It's not like it was truly planned in advance, according to his own statements. But again, people, like yourself, said he was going to be in the game this weekend. He's been in the game several times over this past week, at least, just hanging out with his kids. They're getting old enough to start playing on their own accounts, and he's getting them, all set up and coaching them and making sure that they're, not being too rowdy and not getting,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
Especially when they're running his character. That was
Yeah,
funny.
especially when they're playing on Lord British. Yeah, because that's what they do from time to time. Apparently, he lets the
Yes.
kids play on his Mondo. Which yeah. Let me share the screenshot that I have. Where is it?
Like, give me a crown, Daddy.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Funny.
Let's drop this in here for everybody to see, and we'll look at some of these stats on Lord British's.
27,000.
Yeah, 27,617 health. I gotta minimize this a little bit or pull it out so people can actually see it.
More.
Just
27,000
maxing
health,
everything.
32,000 focus, 10,000 strength, 10,000 dex, 10,000 intelligence. Yeah.
Here.
And zero gold, but his weight carry is 48,208.1. So
But
yeah,
he's carrying 0
but he's carrying nothing. Yeah.
while wearing gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a first set of gear. Look, he got no belt. Missing a ring, I think. What else?
Yes.
He's got a whistle. Is he a tamer?
No, someone probably gave it to him.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that green thing is off in the right above his sword. Any idea what that item is?
That's a
No
cowbell.
idea. Cowbell?
A cowbell? Yeah, that's what it looks
Oh,
like.
is that
Yeah.
the cowbell? Okay.
Yeah.
Looks funny in that picture.
Yeah, it's fuzzy.
He needs
But
more cowbell.
he needs more cowbell, yes. But must be nice to have Daddy's account to play on.
27,000 hit points.
Yeah, and well, I'm sure he's totally invulnerable on top of that. But
Well, supposedly whenever he's wearing his crown, he is invulnerable.
yes, which he has on, of course.
Yeah.
Daddy, can I have your crown? So he says, daughter asked.
Tina says it is the cowbell, and it's not a very good picture because that's just the way the cowbell is fuzzy and doesn't look good at all.
Yep.
Yeah. But yes, Lord British did make an appearance yesterday, and he spoke for about. I don't know if he was there. I wasn't there the whole 2 hours. I came in shortly after it was announced, and yeah, we went and listened in. Mostly reminiscing, mostly talking about how things came to be, and of course talked a little bit about the books. Of course, topic of book 3 came up, which apparently him and Ravlox are gonna get started on working, pinging Tracy to get book 3 in the works. How old are Ronan and Kinga? Old enough to start playing Shroud of the Avatar with Daddy? That's a good question.
Something.
How old is it? What's the boy's name?
I think Kinga is like 10.
10.
Yeah, around 10.
Damn, that's
Then
younger than my grand.
Ronan would be 8-ish, I think.
That's younger than my grandson. How old is Lord British?
He's 61.
Damn, he's a little younger than me. 1 year, I think.
He's got me by a couple of years.
The missing of live streams may have come up.
Yeah, that was a topic
he's no
that
longer
came up.
Technically involved in the project, so he's not missing any live streams.
No, the missing of live people are missing the telethon live streams is what I think he was talking about. Is that what you're talking about there, Tina? Not just a regular monthly live streams, but the missing of telethons came up.
Meaning they yearn for the telethons.
Yeah.
They yearn for it.
Again, Bridge Troll, there wasn't much in the way of, plans or development. It was more, again, talking about the Kickstarter, how the Kickstarter came to be, what there was in their minds. Again, throwbacks to the old UO days and what they were envisioning when, they wanted to make this game. The story of how UO did EA didn't want to make UO, and he of course regaled that story, which takes quite a while to tell. The story of they didn't want to fund it, so it was too big to put in a floppy disk. They had to ship a CD, so they offered CDs. They created the first website for EA, and the overwhelming uh, you know uh, interest, of course, spurred EA to go, here's all the development money and people you need, which they didn't want, and all that good stuff. So, yeah,
Yep.
and tell it no, nothing about the future of Shroud, and that Ravlox is still behind the wheel. Nothing there. Again, Ravlox was there. He really didn't say a whole lot except to talk about the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Are they
yeah,
working on the third one?
yeah.
Well, there is no work currently, but since him and Richard have discussed it, they agreed to get together sometime in the near future, next couple of weeks, and ping Tracy and get to work on getting the third one wrapped up. Although I fear that this is going to be more Ravlock's ideas than Lord British or Tracy ideas, because Ravlock's pretty much said, "Well, I've got some ideas of how to wrap up the storyline and all this and all that." So who's actually tossing the ideas into this is
I
anybody's
heard
guess.
I heard that.
That or what, Lord British doesn't have the time to make these rings that were part of a pledge reward. So Ravlox is like, I'll do it for him.
Yeah. And Led Zepp,
Yes.
there's a request for you to turn your mic down just a little bit from Red Dragon.
Well, you can do it inside of Zoom and just lower his volume.
He's not in Zoom.
I mean Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have him at 74%.
Says turn my mic up.
No,
not
turn
down.
it down.
He says turn it up.
One said down, one said up. Let me see where he's set on mine. Yeah, he's at 100.
Oh,
Lower him some.
Sir Segalian says turn it up. It's messed up. My mic's messed up.
He wants to listen to the blown out sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
He's trying to mix paint over
The
here.
Bridge Troll says he's holding his tongue and letting y'all hang on to hope. You know what we hang on to? We hang on to the support from you guys, Bridge Troll. If it wasn't for you guys and gals, of course, we wouldn't still be doing this. And as long as it's still prosperous for us to do what we're doing, we'll continue to do it. So that's really what it comes down to.
Something.
If it becomes boring and it doesn't continue to be prosperous, then we won't do it. But as long as it remains the same, the status quo is met, then hey, I got no complaints.
Something.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Maynard. I'm still here just to watch Laz and Jack. As are most of yous out there, as you guys, we got quite the bunch of regulars out there, and I mean, I can see, we got a pretty large audience here, even though Twitch doesn't report it properly. I mean, if I had a count, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have Twitch says 3, but I've got 5 currently in one giveaway and 3 in another giveaway. So. Can you guys switch to Star Citizen when this is done? Well, possibly. If I can figure out how to actually do things inside a Star Citizen with all the
No,
controls,
you
holy
can't do
shit!
you can't do that. You want to know why? Should I? Yeah, let's talk about
What?
this one real quick.
What? We're
uh,
talking about what?
yeah, hold on. Let me get there. I got to share a tweet with you.
Oh, can
Where is it? Where is it?
well, it's definitely not a tweet from at Catnip Games, yeah, and probably not a
It's
tweet
from
from
the
at Shrouded
NBNN
Avatar.
Daily. It's from the
Oh,
NBNN Daily Britannian, which was caught and massively overpowered. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and drop that article in here because apparently nobody's playing Star Citizen right now.
oh.
God.
Star Citizen remains offline as issues related to Alpha 318 escalate the problem to a major outage. Yes.
Yeah, so nobody's playing Star
Whoopsies.
Citizen right now, according to the news. You want to
Yeah. Buggy
read into
gameplay.
this? Yeah, let's read
We're
into this.
following we're following up on the catastrophic launch of Star Citizen Alpha 318, which arrived this past weekend with a litany of problems for players, including login errors, lengthy queues, and reports of buggy gameplay for those who were able to get into the game. So some people got in, unlike that month and a half outage that Shroud experienced. Initially, player fear over the alpha build state hit a high thanks to the aforementioned issues, as well as the perception that Cloud Imperium Games was staying quiet. But that assumption was put to bed yesterday when the game's Twitter account offered a follow-up message and apology with link to the game status page. Looking at the status page this morning, the issue has now been upgraded to a major outage. Well, let's look at their outage page, their status page. Major outage. Infrastructure recovery. Oh, geez.
Sounds familiar.
Upgraded to a major outage as a result of the global database entering a bad state. The most recent updates involved a temporary shutdown of character repair access and word that the environment is accepting new characters, but as our own login attempts shows at the time of this writing, entry into the game still looks to be locked down. Players are still generally upset about the launch, judging by a related Reddit thread, with responses in the news bouncing between face-palming snark and well wishes to the dev team as it continues to wrestle a particularly gnarly bear of a problem. Hey, man. At least they have a status page. I've got to give them kudos for having that status page that
Right.
is functioning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even though for March 13th, no incidents are reported for this ongoing issue that they currently have. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that the platform is operational, but the persistent universe and electronic access are
down.
in the
Yeah.
major outage, and they're calling it what it is. You know, it's not like they're pussyfooting around the what's going on there. They are taking
Catastrophic, I believe.
Yes.
taking control of their errors, as it may be. Yes.
Catastrophes.
Yes.
So yeah, nobody's going to be playing Star Citizen anytime soon. And what was it? That must be where Atos is.
Exactly. Yes.
Is yeah. Well, I do have an account in Star Citizen. I got to go with who said it here. Because Star Citizen is the scam most people accuse Soda of being. Right, Mom. You know, with the $500 million raised and still in alpha since they went to
Hey,
crowdfunding at the same exact time.
Star Citizen is 10 years old as well as
Shroud.
We are
Yeah, Maynard
on.
said it. Last time he tried Star Citizen, he couldn't even leave the hangar. Yeah, same here. Apparently, though, Star Citizen
Yeah.
and the hangar is a whole different thing from the actual other game, which is what is the name of the other game that they
Well,
Squadron
so
42 or
I did start flying one of my things.
Magic
But
carpet.
yeah, the magic carpets. I did take it out of the hangar. I got out of the hangar. But like the controls for me are like there's just way too many of them. They need to simplify that shit.
Squadron 69. Yeah,
Yeah. Squadron 42.
So was that the first successful crowdfunder? Star Citizen.
I'm sorry, what's the
They've
question?
raised almost $500 million. Led Zepp.
That was the first
So
successful crowd.
$500 million.
I don't know if they were actually the first. They've been the most successful.
Yeah, they're definitely not the first crowdfunded game.
Yeah, there were several long before that one, and several long before Shroud came along. They were the top one and still remain the top one, and Shroud held the number 2 spot for quite some time, but no longer is that the case. They only held that spot for a short amount of time. Yeah. But meanwhile, I got to remind everybody to type in exclamation bundle me. I'll give you 1 second as we face the dreaded fucking AFK timer bullshit here. That's kicking us out of the game. Because we really fixed the fucking AFK timer when we fixed it last time, because there was nothing wrong with the goddamn thing before we broke and fixed it and fixed it and broke it and broke it and fixed it again. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, the easy fix for the AFK timer would be to
easy fix was to leave it the fuck alone. That's what the easy fix was.
Leave it the way it was. But for the death timer, turn that off. So that way you don't get auto rest. But Lomir getting a streamer bundle from me.
Yay, Lomir.
Because subscribers have perks. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we do.
Bundle is reopened.
My character does not want to move.
No, you finally started jumping.
Yeah.
And moving. Okay.
Yeah, but my mouse doesn't want to scroll or turn or do anything it's supposed to do. You just
like
weird.
I can no longer zoom in and out with my mouse wheels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can't zoom. I can zoom, but there it goes. Finally, I got control again to tilt and churn and all that good stuff. But let me do my streamer bundles. Oh, there was an error going on at the time. I guess I was having some input errors because I got some errors someplace else. But close the giveaway. Picking ourselves a winner, and somebody's getting herself some new bottles. Congratulations, Mom.
Ooh. Okay, I just rebound the zoom in and out with my keys. So now I can do it.
Yes. So we'll go ahead
Mom's getting bottles. Congratulations,
Mom's getting some
Mom.
bottles. That's right.
He's gonna have a good week.
But Mom needs to do an exclamation mark bundle me on my side. Because Lomir's already done it.
And there you go, Mom.
Okay.
Very weird seeing my mailbox empty.
What's that about?
Oh, I cleaned it out over the weekend because it was really overdue. I had mail overflowing into my bank box, which is a royal pain in the ass when you want to go and restock those orders, because you actually have to open each piece of fucking mail and read where it was from, and it's just horrendous when that happens. I really wish that we would get a bigger mailbox more than 100 items because I fill up 100 items really freaking quick. And B, the 2 week timeout period is just, not even 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks before they start going uh, overdue. And then it's like 3 or 4 days. And then they jump to your bank box, which they really shouldn't do that. There's no sense for that. There's no rhyme or reason why they should do that, in my opinion. But as Modi says, nerf taming collies harder, please. What do you mean? What's wrong with
Well,
taming collars?
I know spies have been disappearing like crazy. I don't know if that's what he's referring to. Oh.
You can buy the cheap ones off the merchants. Oh, inside joke of Bluetooth. I usually use the cheap ones to tame horses, so that of course that there's another messed up scenario with those because you can't have more than one of those on your person when trying to change it into a horse, while you can have multiples of the other kind. It's just a jumble-fuck of what
Hang on,
works and what doesn't work.
Shroud math? Shroud math.
Yeah, shroud
Shroud
math
math.
because of coding. Yeah, right. You absolutely got that right, Bridge Troll. And yeah, working as intended. Yeah. No, it's not working as intended. It's working as, screwed up as it is, but it is what it is. I'd like to be able to go tame my
It's
horses
something.
and make them into rideable mounts for resale, but thankfully, you've helped me out by when you gave me that lot. Now I only have to walk back and forth from that lot to the tamer, to change out and get a new one, 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 instead of
Well, Bridge Troll's like, Soda needs a new leader, and Ravolox ain't its name-o.
yeah,
Well, they need direction, which means they need a project program manager, or as in the gaming community, executive producer that's responsible for steering the team and then managing the team. Because we know Chris isn't doing it.
Tina, he won't take many vacations because he's got a real fucking job. That's why he won't take many vacations.
Yeah. Rav has his other job that he's working. That's why we end up with patches at very weird times with Ravlox in charge. I don't know. Maybe Rav won't take anyone who is actually there. But in order to do that, they need to get some money to pay those employees.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, I know.
Paid employees? What is this concept?
Pay employees, yes. Which means you need to do some raising of funds. Normally, that would be crown subscriptions, as well as what are those other things called?
Telethons.
Pixel crack.
Telethons. Yes, pixel crack.
There was a call yesterday, that they should at least do one telethon a year, just for good old time's sake, if not more. But and of course I don't know, Maynard, were you there yesterday? Somebody actually commented in the chat, about the demise of the telethons and the drinking, where things went downhill also yesterday. Although everybody,
what went downhill yesterday?
no, is when the development started going downhill when they stopped drinking and doing telethons. There was commentary.
Well, it started before they stopped drinking. Realistically,
as many of us will agree that including the Maynard, is the day they decided to go PG-13 and family oriented and stop drinking and stop having all the fun, is when the downslide started, and not a moment before.
Yeah, well, I mean, when they fired half the team.
Started with the salted balls, he thinks.
Yes.
Oh, man.
All right, next topic.
Yeah, I don't know where. Well, never mind.
Let's talk about some
Yeah, pick one. Anyone.
newbie question. Zone solo zone progression. Hello, avatars. Newbie here. I'm about 10 hours into the game and I'm starting to get a feel for the mechanics and systems, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I am mostly a solo player and I have completed 2 of the outskirts scenes, Solace and Blood River, but I'm not really sure where to go next. I read that doing all 3 outskirt scenes is suggested, but I feel like I have a good understanding of the game mechanics at this point, and I breezed through Blood River. Is the 3rd outskirt scene more challenging or about the same? Is it really necessary for me to do it before going off and exploring? I have visited a few tier 3 scenes and they have a good challenge level for me, but I just find myself grinding bandits, cultists, and beasts until I get full of loot. Then I go sell it, rinse and repeat. Is this the general pattern for the game? Grind a tier until it becomes trivial, then move to the next tier.
Welcome
Are
to
there any
Shroud of the
scenes?
Grind.
Yes.
Shroud of the Grind. Yep.
That's bullshit there, Bridge Trill. Are there any scenes that are particularly more fruitful than others? Are there any scenes that are tier 2 or 3 that are known to have better loot, or that are known to be more engaging than grinding mobs?
Well, there are some scenes that have apple trees in them. Those are more fruitful.
Yes. Sorry for the wall of text and multitude of questions. I am just feeling a bit overwhelmed, lost at my current place in the game, and want to make sure I am not missing out on anything. Thanks, Mr. Boone, 74.
Boom.
The 3rd outskirts scene is Highvale outskirts. Go there even for the looks and scenery alone. Swamps, mountains, monastery, monsters. In the wiki, you will find a list of all zones by their tier level. The scenes starting at tier 1 are relatively harmless except for some surprises. Tier 2 and 3 are slightly more challenging, and at least for me, the curve goes sharp up into tier 5 zones. When you get there, you want to have all possible XP gathered to improve your skills. When you take care to do every quest, then you can lessen the need to grind XP. Blood River has one, and Highvale Outskirts 2 daily quests that you can do one every day once. Where do you sell? Merchants have different prices. Some pay only half value for your stuff, as mentioned in the manual. Some pay 80%, and only a few pay full value for weapons and armor. Sorry. Yes. Hop in Discord or Universal Chat anytime you have questions. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the reply. I've mostly sold to whoever I can find at the time. I knew some vendors offer better rates than others, but I hadn't looked into the specifics of that. I guess I will do the 3rd outskirts, if anything, to have access to the 2 repeatable daily quests. I have not really had any issues with my pooled XP yet, and the one time I got close to running out, I went to Solus Outskirts and did the heirlooms for about 30 minutes and earned like 300k. What? That's some fucking Shroud math. 300k in 30 minutes?
That's really bad Shroud math.
That's some fucking Shroud math.
I can get about 3 million in 30 minutes in the right scenario.
I know. Well, I mean that would be the party like just monopolizing a control point.
Yeah,
but for an intro scene to earn 300,000 solo.
Not bad.
That is disproportionately high. I mean, that is fucked up.
I don't think so.
Hey,
Again,
if you're a solo player,
if I can get 7 million an hour in a group, 300K in a half hour solo is a mere bag of shells, my friend. I mean, come on.
In a starter scene,
it's a mere bag of shells when it comes down to it. 7 million an hour, 300,000 solo. You know,
well, I mean, for that newbie, he could always go join one of those XP parties for like a couple of hours, just fucking like plink away, have the lowest DPS, and just increase his pool exponentially, and then just go GM everything he wants.
You notice nobody here tells him that. Yeah. At least not yet.
In general, I try to grab what quests I can because I know they give me pooled XP. It sounds like I'm more or less on the right track other than needing to do the third outskirts, but I'm curious if there are any tiered scenes 2 to 4 that are more popular than others. Dude, seriously, no one's been in those for years.
Yeah.
Other than new players.
If you find a good level 4 scene, would you let us know?
Yeah.
Because there are far few in between level 4 scenes out there. Most of them jump from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you said, you can get that.
And then the tier 4 plus ones are always awesome because you end up with like a tier 10 mob in them.
Yeah. And then we've got the ever lovely Majoria with the 3 hour long answer here.
Yeah, I'm not reading.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You can read that one.
That's silly.
You can read that one. Majoria, love you, but whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, lass.
I mean, literally, it is a very long one.
Oh man.
Hello and welcome. There is so much more to the game than grinding. Yes, you always tell people that. Leveling, story and quests, working your character. Although those are important aspects of the game. Let me see. Grinding, leveling is part of grinding. Story and quest is part of grinding. So I don't know where you're going with this because what the game doesn't do a good job of is telling new players the rest of the story. Yeah, so sitting in your new game home is also available. Settling into your new game home is also available for all players in the game. Apparently, he hadn't mentioned anything about having his home yet, so whether he finished the quest or not, he didn't mention having a home. Since you've completed the outskirts, you probably can or have gotten your taxed road deed at least. Another free deed is available when you finish the main Shroud Avatar quest. You'll be rewarded with an additional player-owned town village lot deed and a shingle-roof village home. Yeah, he really doesn't need to know this for several months.
I don't know. Can you imagine playing a game like that without storage? I can't imagine playing like that.
Well, you have many options there, Zep. You can buy bank slots if you want with gold. You can buy bank slots with real cash. You don't actually need, to have, you can join a guild and get some space to go. You didn't actually need to buy or get free housing, which again, you want to get me on that, giving away free housing in a place where land was supposed to be rare and housing was supposed to be special. And then we decide to sell 500 plus player-owned towns where land becomes available any given time somebody wants to plunk down $1,000. And they continually sell these player-owned towns to this day, which are only supposed to be sold throughout, right after the Kickstarter. They weren't supposed to be sold forever and ever and ever, at least until new episodes opened up. Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on here on this point. So let's, let's not beat that horse too much right now because we're really good
why
at that
stop
around.
now?
Well, you got a point. Why stop now? Yeah. Yeah.
The horse is dead, decayed, and haunting you.
Well, you know,
but it gives us something to bitch about.
Segalian says, I love Laz. He always sounds one sentence away from going on a rampage. Yeah, well, it doesn't take much to trigger something like that. I mean, here she is telling this guy about stuff he can get at the end game, and he's still in the, in the
Intro.
newbie areas, in
Yeah.
the intro. He hasn't mentioned whether he got a house yet. He didn't even ask about the house, but she's going to go into this whole scenario of how he can work on decorating and building a lot and go into farming and but
So, Laz,
yeah.
tell us how you really feel.
Oh yeah.
The soapbox days.
Yeah.
Soapbox out.
Laz, if you were in control of the Shroud development team, what changes would you make for the better?
First thing
You
I
do
do
not have that kind of time.
Oh,
the first thing I do is get maps on track. First thing I would do is get maps on track. Even if I had to do them my fucking self, I would get maps done. Every single map, including the dungeon maps. I don't want these fucking cards no more. I don't want any of that. And then I would say, okay, stop with fixing fucking typos. Typos, we can have somebody like Ravlox go around and fix typos during the week. Yeah, we want to get episode 2 focused in on, get the storyline developed, and get episode 2 in the can and out the fucking door. That's where I would be focused. So that's the long and short of it. Yeah.
How would you pay for that, Laz?
Well, if I had to off the bat,
Telethon.
yeah. Well, one would be a telethon to get started. Second was I would pull from that asset store like was done in the past and introduce some new stuff and new tech that would get people in to pay for some of this new stuff, so we can hire some artists to make that pixel crack.
Wait. So you forgot to say I'd pull the vault. I would pull all the old items off the store, and then use new employees to create new shit.
That's not my priority. My priority would be to get those other things. That would be probably in the top 10. Absolutely. My next priority would be to try and get Gix back from whoever he's working for and get him back working on animations, emotes, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
And what about List for world design?
Well, world design,
for maps.
I think we could find
for episode 2. You need someone to do the levels.
I think that's easier said than done.
Employees
or easier done than said. I think they make a bigger deal out of it. Unity allows you to just go ahead and terraform shit. They make a bigger deal out of it than needs to be made out of. And I think the biggest problem was the they started dinking with their own structure on the size of everything, and that's what screwed them up instead of just leaving it with the default the way Unity does it. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
So and exactly that. Not just the asset store, but you can download free 3D assets. Yes, performance issues, Savio, that went out the window a long time ago. In the Unity best practices, one of the things they should have read before they started developing is that you should optimize at every single pass, which we know wasn't the case. Optimizing should have been done every time you put a system in. You optimize everything, not just the system, but you optimize everything. Then you add another system, and then you optimize everything. And you continually do that every single pass throughout the game. So get rid of Unity and get the new Unreal Engine. Yeah, that would be nice, but that would require another 20+ million to pull that one off, Maynard.
Kind of hard to optimize Unity, so.
Well, it's not hard to optimize Unity when you do it at every single pass.
That takes some work.
But you have to remember, like, one of the big things that they always used to complain about was that we're having upgrade problems because of our old shaders. It's like, upgrade your shit. But in order to do that, they would need an artist in order to do things. It's kind of like the LODs as far as like the graphics. It's like the fact that I am zoomed way out and yet I am rendering every single fucking poly on my leather armor as well as my cloth armor. And it's like, I cannot see that shit is a problem.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
You think so?
And so, yeah. So if you really start paying attention to LODs, it's like,
Bridge Troll, you hit the nail on the head, and that's exactly where I thought this game was going to go. I thought this game was going to be like Second Life. When they started offering asset packs for people who were the whales, as it may be, for the higher tier pledges, you were going to get asset packs. I was probably one of the first people to go out and download Unity so I could take a look at the asset packs back in the day. And we were supposed to be able to build stuff and submit them for use into the game, so we could actually have maybe built our own dungeons that we could have added to our lots or our player-owned towns. We could create our own clothing from the armor and the clothing sets they gave us, and we'd be able to insert these in the game under our own brands and sell them to generate money for not just us, but for the game itself. But they dropped the ball big time on that. That would have been a hell of a way to make the money and go with it. But unfortunately, that's not what we got. I thought the assets from, was going to be something that was going to really make this game stand out back in the day. And unfortunately, they put out that first one or two asset packs and the Dev Plus feature, and then they just got to the point where nobody wanted to support the Dev Plus, even though we paid for access to all this Dev Plus stuff. We paid for access to talk to the developers and give the input on this. We paid for those asset packs, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But
stuff.
I think the tools are already available, right?
Chris also mentioned Unity way back before the game went live. What do you mean, Maynard? Unity was the game platform that they picked long before we went to Kickstarter. They picked Unity. So
Chris decided how quickly he could create scenes and create things in Unity, and he's like, "This is the tools that we need."
And the reason why it was picked because of all the assets that were available, like the mounts, the animals, the map making, the assets. I mean, everything that seemed to be parts of failures are all freely available out there that people have made, and it's open source or it's very cheap to buy. It's very easy to implement. Oh, you mean Unreal? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say.
What? And Unreal had a much higher entry point because they had to pay the licensing fee for that, and so Unity was much cheaper. So, and it's like, hey, we can do all these things, and they did them. But then they didn't follow any of Unity's best practices, and that created issues with everything.
Quest engine, that's another thing. Yeah, well, see, that was another problem is somebody let Lum run mad, literally, and yes, there's a pun pun intended there.
It is it's like the Quest engine was written by Lum. Lum will tell you he is not a developer.
Yeah, when they should have just went with the Quest engine that was already pre-written and inserted it into the game and used stuff that was already available instead of letting him run free for 2 years trying to get the Quest engine to run the way he wanted it.
Yeah. Maps. I'm going to redo the quest. Nearly impossible without maps and markers. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen to that, Savio. Amen to that.
The problems they are having isn't Unity, it's their own bad development practices, which would actually be the responsibility of the tech director for
Taking
not
ownership.
following through. Yes.
Taking ownership of the problems.
Yeah.
Not going, it's not my fault. I was camping. I wasn't here.
Well, this is a Unity bug that we're the only people that are experiencing.
Yeah.
Although were other legitimate Unity bugs out there, but most of those have been fixed because people patched them.
The NVIDIA Unity bug, that affects just about everybody. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that has been fixed for a very long time, Laz.
No, they say it's been fixed, but it actually hasn't been fixed.
It's been fixed, but someone would actually have to patch
if
the
you're still
Unity
running,
version that the
if
game
you're
is
still
using.
running one of those Titans or those TIs, there's still a problem with them. Sorry.
Hey,
it's not fixed. Yeah, thank you, Savio. It's not fixed. I know it's not fixed. Yeah.
Drivers, though, isn't it? Drivers.
It's a conundrum, is what it really is. But I'll tell you what it really is. It really is time for us to wrap this up for today. Yeah, we got to get up.
Definitely sat in the right seat today because he won again on my stream.
Sitting right there where you can hand them his prizes directly.
Exactly.
Very
exactly.
Nice.
And then who's getting a Steam key? That is going to also be Lomir.
Oh,
who's
Mom double banging it out here. Another set of double banging.
Yeah. Lomir, did you want this copy of A Musical Story, or do you want that to just go to general chat?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give it to me.
Wait, that was an either or, not a no. Yes, no.
Oh, was it? What? Not to take it or what?
Did you want the key, or did you want me to just give it away to whoever claims it first?
Yes.
Okay, whoever claims that key first, it is there.
Stop it, Loby.
There it is. Kicking a wiener. And we attempted, what are you giving me that bullshit? You telling me I have to relog?
Yes.
Oh.
But I got to get out of here. Y'all have fun.
Yeah.
All right, Jack's going to get out of here. Let me get him off screen, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get this fixed here.
Later, Jack.
So I can pull a winner. Otherwise, I have to do it manually. And then we'll connect.
Doritos.
Disconnect, connect. Authorize. Thankfully, I don't have to go through the whole process of actually doing the password thing anymore. And pick a winner. And Virtuous, congratulations. You are our winner. Let's go ahead and see what you've got for a game key before we wrap this all up. You're going to get yourself a copy of Rescue Party Live. Rescue Party Live going out to Virtuous. And of course, we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz. Jack had a run, and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.